What's up, everybody? I know it's late, but I'm making this quick video to break down and explain what I was saying in my last video. I really want to break this down for everybody. First of all, because I get this question asked all the time, do I believe Chris Chan should have been arrested? No, I do not. And I know it sounds crazy, but there's a reason why. Because when you really dig into Chris Chan's history, he was mentally disabled. And people took advantage of that. People took advantage of the fact that he was mentally challenged and mentally disabled and used it to their advantage to trick him into his own mom. Now, was it wrong what he did? Yes. But it's also not entirely his fault. Now, if you want to get into the shit with Anaconda Sin, yeah, Anaconda Sin does deserve to be arrested for the shit she did. She her own dog. And that's fucking disturbing, bro. She deserves to be arrested. There are certain lolcows, like Daniel Larson, who may be mentally unwell, but he is also very unhinged. He doesn't necessarily deserve to be arrested. If anything, he needs to be put in a fucking psych ward and not let the fuck out. That's what he needs. He needs the fucking mental ward. Because let me tell you right now, I have studied a lot of true crime shit over the years. I know it might not look like I did, but trust me, I have studied a lot of true crime stuff. And one thing that I have found that is very prominent in a lot of cases, like with Daniel Larson, people like that are genuinely unhinged. Don't get the proper mental health that they need. And Daniel Larson does need mental help, quite clearly. He is mentally unhinged. He is not altogether there. Therefore, throwing him in jail doesn't do any good. If anything, that's going to make his mental illness worse. Because eventually he's going to piss off the wrong motherfucker and he's going to end up getting hurt. That's just how that's going to go. But people like Daniel Larson and Chris Chan, they don't need to be jailed. They need to be put in a mental facility. Or have somebody there that can keep an eye on them. Well, actually, I take that back. Daniel Larson needs to be in a mental facility. But Chris Chan, he was tricked. He was taken advantage of. And history shows that. History plainly shows that he was taken advantage of by people that knew what they were doing. But what I was trying to say in my last video fully were the ones that don't need to be arrested. Like, take me, for example, when I was defending my family last year. I literally got arrested for defending my fucking home and protecting my family. I got arrested for protecting my fucking own. The same as any other fucking normal human being would fucking do. And it's bullshit. I shouldn't have even been arrested. It don't matter whether the motherfucker was on the sidewalk or on our fucking property. That shouldn't matter. The point was that motherfucker showed up to harass my family. And I do not feel bad about what I did. As a matter of fact, I'm proud. And you want to know why? Because at that point, I got tired of being harassed. Plus, there were several other people on our lawn. A lot of our neighbors from down that way over there. were coming down onto our property and putting my family in danger. Therefore, I had every reason to do what I did, and I do not feel bad about protecting my own. I was doing the same thing that any normal thinking, normal-minded American would fucking do. So no, I do not feel bad about what I did. And when it comes to protecting my family, I will do whatever it fucking takes to protect my family. But the one thing I will not stand for above all else is watching innocent people like myself and like Christian and other people that get taken advantage of being jailed for shit. Now, do I agree with what Christian did? No, it was wrong. I will admit that it was wrong. But also, you got to look at the people that were involved. He got taken advantage of. And that's what people refuse to look at. People refuse to look at the fact that he was taken advantage of and manipulated. People refuse to look at that. Just like people refuse to look at the fact that I never wanted to be brought into the troll community or the lolcow community. That's why I do not consider myself a lolcow. Never have, never will, because that term is fucking disgusting. And if anything, that term needs to be done away with. Because it's bullshit. When you call somebody a lolcow, you're basically saying that they're good for nothing more than a laugh, and that's it. That's basically what you're saying, that they're worthless, that their life has no meaning. Now, there are certain lolcows that I will admit that do deserve to be arrested, such as Anacondason, Tony the Black Dragon, White Bowser. Those people deserve to be arrested because they've actually done real fucked up shit. They've actually gone out of their way and done fucked up shit. You got Tony the Black Dragon who got arrested, who, from my understanding, got arrested and then charges got dropped or something. I don't know what the fuck went on, but he's still out. People like Tony the Black Dragon should not be allowed out. This motherfucker got caught with on a USB stick and on a USB drive. People like him do not deserve to be free. If anything, people like him deserve to rot in prison for the rest of their miserable fucking lives. White Bowser got caught showing in a Discord server ranging from the ages of 15, 16, 17, all the way down to 10 years old. Anacondason. Because she was bored as fuck. Trust me, I've dug into Anacondason's history, and it's not good. It's fucking disturbing. But people like Daniel Larson need to be in a mental psych ward. People like Chris Chan don't need to be in a psych ward. People like him need to be protected from people like the trolls. And this is what I don't understand, Kiwi Farms. You guys sit over here and you protect Chris Chan, but yet you take a look at me and what I went through, and yet you refuse to do a damn thing to defend me. The fuck's up with that? Is that what you're mad about? No. And honestly, if we're going on that route, you're kind of being two-faced. Because you sit here and you defend Chris Chan, seeing what he's been through, seeing that how he got taken advantage of and what happened to him was wrong. You protect him over that, but yet you see what I went through with Music Biz Marty and all these fucked up individuals, yet you refuse to speak out on it. You refuse to do for me like you did for him. And I've messaged you. I've had conversations with you, bro. I've sat right there on Kiwi Farms and DM'd you multiple fucking times. I've hit you up on Discord multiple times and had conversations with you, explaining everything to you. But yet you refuse to speak out. Sounds kind of two-faced if you ask me. But like I said, the stuff I said in the last video, I was not defending Anaconda Sin by any means. I wasn't. If anything, I think honestly, she's worse than Tony the Black Dragon. She's worse than Daniel Larson. She's far worse than Music Was Marty. If anything, she's worse than fucking Keemstar. If anything, she's worse than P fucking Diddy, bro. And P Diddy's fucking terrible. She is far worse than P Diddy by a long shot. And now that kid has to live with an STD for the rest of his fucking life. But like I said, when I made that video, I was not defending Anaconda Sin. I was not defending Tony or any of them. And certain people like myself that people consider lolcows shouldn't be gone after. We really shouldn't. If anything, we should be left the fuck alone to our own devices to do what we do. For me, it's music and gaming content. For other people, it may be something else. For me, it's three things: my artwork, gaming content, and music. Those are the things that I do. I sit here, sip on soda and coffee all damn day, game out on my Kindle, my phone, my Chromebook, hang out with friends, hang out with family, and make content, music. Work on a little bit of artwork here and there. That's it. That's all I do. I don't bother nobody. I don't fuck with nobody. I mind my own business. I don't bother nobody. And that's what I was saying in the last video, is that there are certain lolcows or people that the trolls consider lolcows, like myself and a few others, that shouldn't be gone after. If anything, we should be left the fuck alone. Because we are genuinely not lolcows. That is literally the most fucked up term ever. Because when you call someone a lolcow, you're essentially saying that they're worthless, that they're a piece of shit, that they are no good for anything, that they're not good at anything but making people laugh and giving a few minutes of entertainment, and that's it. As if that person doesn't have any value to their life. Like they aren't good at anything. Me, I'm good at a lot of things. I'm a former dancer. I'm a former free runner / parkour person. Because yes, back in high school, I did do a lot of parkour and free running. Up until like my mid-20s when I had a really terrible accident and I got injured and then retired, which then led me into doing dance a lot. But like I said, I'm a former dancer. I do music. I do artwork. I do gaming. I compete on a competitive level in gaming when I have the proper setup. I mean, come on. I competed in the Forza Horizon World Cup last year and helped the U.S. come in 7th place out of over 34 different countries. And I'm proud to say that I was part of that. I'm proud to say that I was part of that historic moment for the Forza franchise. And I had fun doing it. I enjoyed it. I loved it. Like, come on. I did the Outrun Open Drift events back in 2021, which was a fucking blast. And then obviously I've done the top 32 drift events for Cyraxx Drift Racing Online. Not to mention, I've taken several wins doing competitive racing through F1 2020 and all that shit. So I've actually done shit. Dude, my achievements are all over the internet, dude. You can look it up. It's all over the place, dude. Like, good God, dude. I fucking set the world record for Palm Hill on Need for Speed Underground 2 back in the day. And the video's still up. Which I've been working on re-breaking that record too. So like I said, I'm actually a normal fucking person. And this is what I mean when I say that if people would just sit down and actually talk to me like a regular fucking human being. Like, if people would actually sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up and actually talk to me like a normal person, instead of taking shots at me over and over and over and over again, and, you know, get to know me as a person, not just this internet person that the internet perceives me as. Because let me tell you right now, there's a lot more to me than meets the eye. And Jasper, that's where you get it twisted. I've gotten to the point to where I can tell when somebody's being an asshole and when somebody's being genuine. That's why I ban motherfuckers that, you know, talk shit, because a lot of them, they don't give a fuck about being genuine. They give a fuck about being a troll. There's a difference when you want to have a genuine conversation, you're not going to be disrespectful to that person. You're going to be very respectful. You're going to treat that person as a normal human being, not as this internet personality, not as this character. You're going to approach them as a normal fucking human being. Like, prime example, dude. Prime example, Jasper. Let's say that you met me on the streets and I didn't know who you were. And you approached me and said, hey, dude, I saw your video, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And you wanted to sit down and have a conversation with me. You know, like if you said, hey, I wanted to sit down and have a conversation, you know, can we talk? Absolutely. See, I'm the kind of person where in order to get respect, you got to give respect. Like, if you give me your respect right off rip, you're going to get my respect in turn. And here's the thing, Jasper. Let me challenge you on that. I actually like where you're going with that. Let me challenge you on that. Okay? Obviously, I've been questioned and challenged so many times over. And I have answered the same questions over and over and over and over and over again. So why should I have to answer the same question a bajillion fucking times that I've already answered a million times before? And another thing is this. Let me challenge you. Let me challenge your brain for a second on this. Why is it that nobody challenges the other side or questions the other people? Because I don't see anybody going into Discord servers and challenging and questioning Marty, or questioning N-Word Boy, or questioning William Glory Hole on why they truly do what they do. I don't see anybody questioning them. So why does everybody question only me and not them? If somebody wants to get down to the true bottom of things, you have to question both sides. You have to question both sides. It's not just a one-sided thing. You have to question both. Think of it like a courtroom, okay? Think of it like a courtroom. A judge questions both sides. A proper detective questions both sides. Think of it like a detective, dude. And let me ask you this, Jasper, since we're on the subject, instead of talking about me getting caught, why is nobody bringing up the fact that Marty targeted me? What was his reason for targeting me? Why did he decide to illegally trap me? Because what he did is considered illegal entrapment, because he did not work with the government to do what he did. He was not working with law enforcement. He was not working with any form of government agency. Therefore, what he did was illegal. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, I'm free of all charges against anybody, motherfucker. And what I mean by charges is any allegations that anybody has to say against me, I'm free of that shit. But like I said, man, I'm not here to bitch. I'm not here to fucking argue. I'm here to simply say that people like me need to be left the fuck alone. Like I said, I'm not over here fucking with nobody. I'm not over here, trying to do stupid shit. So, yeah, I don't see the point. And actually, Levitz, that's where you're wrong, my friend. There is a form of entrapment called illegal entrapment. You can look it up. It has to do with civilians. You can actually look the term up. You can Google it. You can chat GPT it. You can Gemini it. Whatever you want. Whatever platform you want to look it up on. Me personally, I would go through chat GPT, because chat GPT is far more reliable than Google ever could be by a long shot. Just saying. Because when you look up, you have to look it up in a like you have to take take my case for example, and this is exactly what I typed in word for word. All right. is a civilian entrapping somebody illegal if they are not working with law enforcement? And guess what comes up? Yes. Unless you are working with law enforcement, entrapping somebody is illegal. Therefore, Marty committed a crime. Mass Troll Mafia committed a crime. Which, unfortunately, Marty may or may not get charged for because of one, I don't know if he's dead or not, and two, I don't know if that motherfucker's in Cuba or not. I don't fucking know. But point being, motherfuckers like me need to be left the fuck alone. Like I said, I'm not out here bothering nobody. If anything, I'm over here working on music, working on artwork, hanging out, playing video games with my friends. Hell, just today I started to get back into Mobile Legends for the first time in fucking God knows how many years. I just started to get back into that shit. Which, been having fun. So like I said, people like Anacondason deserve to be arrested. People like me who are minding our own business don't deserve to be arrested. So, therefore, that explains my last video. Like, that literally explains the entirety of the video. I was not trying to sit there and say that, you know, Anacondason don't deserve to be arrested, because clearly she does. Like, seriously, that is like the worst thing you could do to a person, because you're not just affecting them in that moment, you're affecting the rest of their fucking life with that shit. That is something they have to live with for the rest of their fucking life. Like I said, I'm just a regular ass dude out here trying to make an honest living, doing my job as a music artist and as a content creator. That's it. I'm not out here bothering nobody. I'm not out here picking fights with nobody. I'm just an average Joe out here trying to make an honest living, dude. That's it. And for people to get in the way of that because I look different is kind of fucked up. Like, and that's what it's always been about. That's literally the main reason of what it's always been about with Marty, Mass Troll Mafia, and all these people. They see me as an easy target. Here's the thing. I'm not catering to them. I'm simply telling the truth about what they do and spilling out every little bit of information that I know. All my experiences with them, how they operate, what they do. So I'm not catering to nobody. I'm simply exposing the truth about what they do. There's a difference. If I was catering to them, I'd be up right now dancing and acting a fucking fool. That would be catering to them. But I'm not doing that. I'm simply explaining how they operate, what they do, how they do what they do, and why it needs to be stopped. And that's all I'm saying. I'm just speaking on my personal experiences with them. That's all I'm doing. That's not catering to them. That's me speaking on my fucking experiences with them is what that is. That's not catering. That's me speaking on my personal experiences with these people. That's all that is. I'm not out here trying to, pick fights with nobody. I'm simply speaking on my personal experiences so that if some person later down the road happens to see my videos and they're having trouble with trolls, they'll know how to handle it. You see what I'm saying? I'm merely speaking out on my experiences on what I've dealt with and how I'm trying to better myself to not be around that stuff. Because if you take a look over the last few days, I've not been catering to them at all whatsoever. I've been literally doing my own thing. I've been putting out videos with positive vibes, basically saying, screw you, I'm doing my own thing. If anything, I'm moving past these losers. Like, prime example. Take my, if you go look at my short video by Ryan Upchurch, well, the sound is from Ryan Upchurch, but the short that I did in it is from his song called Come and Get It. And what those lyrics for me are basically saying, like, I'm myself. You know, that's basically me saying, I don't know you. Like, who are you to me? You're nobody to me. That's basically what I'm saying to the trolls in that video. Is like, you're nobody to me. You're nothing to me. You are not even a thought in my mind at the end of the day. And that video that I did with Tom McDonald's song called Don't Look Down, that's basically me saying that all the trolls have to look up to me. Why? Because I'm up on a higher level than what they could ever hope to be. I'm up here elevating myself, doing stuff for myself for the first time in over 8+ years. 8+ years I've been fucked with, and I'm finally at the point where I'm saying, fuck you guys. As far as the trolls go, I'm looking down at them while I'm slowly elevating myself every day to that point and getting back to where I used to be. And sometimes I have to take detours to speak out on shit. Like earlier today when I spoke out for my friend CIA hole, I defended him against the troll because that's what friends do. And no, I'm not crying about them at all. I'm simply speaking out about my last video. I'm not sitting here crying about them. I'm simply speaking out on what I'm clarifying. My last video is what it was. I'm clarifying what I was speaking about in my last video to better explain my thought process and my mindset from that video. That's not bitching. That's me speaking my mind. And my mindset in that point in time, in my brain. That's not crying about the trolls. That's me speaking my mind. Now, if I was on here crying about it, you'd know about it. I'm just basically clarifying what I was saying in my last video, is what that is. I'm clarifying what I was speaking about. And where my mind was at when I was speaking on that subject, because, like, let's be honest, cynical, I am literally a professional at this subject. I've dealt with this firsthand, so I have every right and reason to speak on this subject because I've dealt with it firsthand for many, many, many years. And as an observer, as well as somebody that has gone through this, I notice things that people like you don't normally notice. I notice the inner workings and how they operate and what they'll do to make certain things happen, which is why I'm actually working on it. I was going to keep this a secret, but I actually am. But I actually am working on a book where I am exposing the trolls' tactics and what they do. I am literally sitting here I'm going to be exposing all their secrets and what they do and how they operate. Because that kind of shit needs to be put out there. These trolls need to be exposed. And cynical, no offense to you, because you know I have nothing but respect for you. You know this. You've been a very dear friend to me for a good while now. But I will say this. I don't see you or anybody else in chat standing up and speaking out against these people at all. I don't see you making videos saying something about them or defending people like myself or people like Chris Chan who got taken advantage of wrongfully. Granted, yes, what he did was wrong, but he also got taken advantage of at the same time. And like I said, I'm not being disrespectful towards you at all, Cynical. I'm not. I'm just simply saying I don't see anybody like yourself speaking out against what's going on. I don't see you speaking out against these people. I don't see you in their Discord servers going at them. I don't see you in the Facebook groups speaking out against them. I don't see you making videos showing your face speaking out against these people. I'm simply doing my job as a normal person and speaking out against what is wrong and how I feel it can be handled. That's all I'm doing. Because like I said, Cynical, you've been a good friend to me, and I don't want to lose that friendship. But you also need to understand my mindset when I make these videos. You need to understand that I'm not coming from a place of antagonizing these trolls or feeding the trolls. I'm simply speaking out on my own personal experiences. That's all I'm doing is I'm speaking out on my own experiences with these trolls. And that's what people need to understand is that I'm speaking out on my own experiences with these people. Because what these people are doing is wrong. Yo, oh shit, Jacob, what's good, dude? Yo, Jacob, I ain't seen you in a minute, brother. How the fuck you been, motherfucker? It's been a minute, dude. How you been? The last time I seen you was on my Rax Nation channel, man. How you been? Good to see you back in there, bud. Yeah, I'm just out here speaking on my own experiences as a former victim of the troll community. And as, you know, a content creator, as a music artist, as an artist that does artwork, and as somebody that is currently working on a book that is going to be exposing the tactics of the trolls and what they do, you know, I feel that it's only fair that they get exposed for the shit that they do. Because honestly, I don't want to see anybody go through what I went through, you know? Like, I would not, like, if God willing I have kids one day, I wouldn't want them to go through what I went through, you know what I mean? And if I do have kids one day, which I hope and pray to God I do, I would love to have children one day. You know, God willing I do. You know, I would want my kids to be prepared for that world if they ever just happen to come across it. Or, if some other parent out there wants to prepare their kid for, the troll community, they know what to look out for. Or if somebody's even becoming a content creator themselves and they want to know what it's like and they want to be prepared, they can have that knowledge at hand. And that's why I want to release that book, so people know not only my story of the hell that I went through for the last 8 years, but also at the same time, the tactics of the trolls and what they do and, what they can do to avoid that shit. Make me the godfather. Say hello to my little friend. And yes, I've seen The Godfather way too many fucking times. Love that movie. Hey, Night Angel, be safe. I'm just simply speaking on my own experiences. That's all I'm doing. And like I said, I notice things that a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? I notice a lot of shit that most people overlook. Like, why it is that nobody questioned Music Biz Marty or Mass Troll Mafia after everything went down. Like, why did they not get questioned? Why did nobody question them about why they did what they did? Doesn't add up. Because, if you really think about it, it doesn't add up. Which, that right there tells me that those that were involved in that or are involved in the troll community saw me as a target from the jump, which is pretty fucked up. But like I said, if I can help even just one person to avoid becoming a victim like I've been for the last 8 years, then I'll do so, I'll do whatever I can to help whoever I can. You know what I mean? I will literally do whatever I can to help somebody. Whether it's, being a friend to them, whether it's sitting down and listening to their problems, whether it's me doing a cover show to help them forget their problems and to help them set their burdens down for an hour, whether it's creating an album that they can sit down and listen to and be like, holy shit, this dude actually, I can relate to this guy because I'm going through this and he's gone through this. I can relate to this. Because I've had music artists that I've related to fully that are outside of, bands like Linkin Park and Disturbed and Evanescence and Breaking Benjamin. Hell, there are some newer songs by Machine Gun Kelly that I listen to that I fucking relate to. And I'm not that big of a Machine Gun Kelly fan. I'm really not. But there are some songs of his that I fucking relate to. There are songs by Dax that I relate to. And not gonna lie, Dax is he's a beast, man. When it comes to Dax, when that man gets on the mic, he's an absolute unit. There are songs by Eminem that I relate to, which that ain't saying much because there's a lot of songs that we all relate to by Eminem. The guy's the fucking goat of hip-hop. Let's be honest. The guy's the fucking goat of fucking rap and hip-hop, dude. There are songs by Tom McDonald that I relate to. There are songs by guys like Ryan Upchurch and Brantley Gilbert and Jelly Roll that I relate to. And if I can be that inspiration for somebody, if I can be that person that says, hey, I understand what it's like to go through that. You're not facing this challenge alone. You know? If I can do that and if I can be that person, then I will do so. Like I said, I'm not just an internet personality, you know? I'm not. I'm a regular person just like any person here in the chat, man. I'm just like every single one of you. I'm a regular person. You know, I have my good days. I have my bad days. I have my days where my body fucking aches and I don't feel like fucking moving a goddamn inch. So I lay there in bed and watch fucking movies all day. I have my days where I work my ass off so hard that I end up passing out early at night. I have my days where I fucking sit down and watch the news, or I watch a true crime documentary and then watch another one right after. Like, I'm a regular dude. I have my good days and my bad days just like anybody else, man. And that's the thing that irritates me, is a lot of people treat me as if I'm this internet personality, but really, I'm no different than any of you guys. I'm no different than anybody else on the internet. I'm a regular fucking guy. I have my good days, I have my bad days. I have shit that I love to do. I have shit that I hate fucking doing, that we all hate doing. You know, a lot of people, and I know it sounds weird, a lot of people hate shopping. I love shopping, man, especially when it comes to fucking Hot Topic or going to fucking GameStop, bro. Shit, sign me up, bro. I'm there. Hell, you want to pop into Spencer's and grab some anime merch? Fuck yeah. Hey, why don't we pop on to fucking Amazon, buy some anime merch or band merch or whatever? Fuck yeah, dude. Let's fucking do it. Let's go. Hell, half the time when I'm with my friends, it's like, yo, you want to pop into fucking Walmart and grab a new pair of ripped up jeans? Fuck yeah, let's go, dude. I can use a new pair of ripped up jeans. Let's go. I love my ripped up jeans, man. Let's go. Like, where they at? Like, I'm a regular ass dude, man. I mean, come on, bro. I fucking collect anime figurines, bro. I mean, come on. I'm a fucking anime nerd from hell, bro. I mean, come on. Dude, I have a fucking all-for-one pop vinyl, bro. Come on now. I have a fucking Himiko figure over here. I have a couple figurines from fucking Demon Slayer. Like, bro, I have fucking Tanjiro's sword from Demon Slayer, bro. And no, it's not real. It's a wood replica, but bro, I literally have Tanjiro's sword from fucking Demon Slayer from when he joined the fucking Demon Corps, dude. When he joined the Demon Slayer, anime nerd from, and